Hello everybody, it's CM here with part 2 of my record shattering, well not really shattering, just slightly beating, record beating attempt on the very first ExoZombies map on Advanced Warfare, where I have been discussing some Black Ops 3 stuff. I was about to say Black Ops 2 stuff. I have been discussing some Black Ops 2 stuff, but it's Black Ops 3, it's my top 5 things that I would like to see in Black Ops 3, and I'll just do a quick recap. The first thing I wanted to see was some of the ranking system. I wanted to see it so that you could pick your own box weapons. As you rank up, you unlock the better weapons and then you can change them. And of course you still have to have crappy guns in there, but you get to choose which crappy guns you have in there, so you know what you're going to get, and that'll help you in your worst case scenarios. It'll help you to get a decent gun every single time. The second thing was having some old maps from Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 in, such as Kino 5 and Moon, or Origins, preferably Kino 5 and Moon. And the third thing was they have announced that they're doing some kind of ranking system, and I got a little bit pissed off and pretty much had a little rant about how they're going to have all these 15-year-olds who think they're the shit join in zombies instead of going and being annoying pricks on multiplayer. So I said, well, the way they should do the ranking system is, if you kill zombies, you're at the top. If you don't kill zombies, you're at the bottom. That'd be a nice simple way to do it, and base killing zombies like XP wise, like every zombie you kill you get a certain amount of XP. If you get a headshot you get a little bit more, blah blah blah. Right, so that's 30 minutes of gameplay recapped in 2 minutes. There we go. So we're all up to speed. So now I'm going to go to item number 4. Now, when I first got a PS4 I had Ghosts. I got it from a mate, and I was thinking about that the other day, and I was thinking, well, what if they did pull a couple of tricks out of Ghosts? For example, they had the bunny Easter egg, where every zombie you killed dropped a whole heap of random yellow bunnies. That not zombie, alien you killed. Sorry, I get them. I just call them zombies anyway because it's pretty much what it is. You get every time you do that. That was with the first map with the sniper rifle hitting the sign. They should do something utterly hilarious to the zombies if you, I don't know, shoot a sign or hit a button somewhere on the map or something, and it should do something utterly hilarious. I reckon something funny to see would be, you shoot the zombies, but instead of them dying, they swell up like a big helium balloon and float off and despawn, like, because you killed them. But they float off as a big round zombie. Oh, that would be kind of funny, I reckon. That would be interesting. They should do something like that. They should also take a page out by having score streaks in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies, where you have your money and then you have the option of putting down sentry guns or dropping ammo packs or all that kind of stuff that they did in Extinction. I know it's made by a different company and they've probably got some kind of privilege thing, but if every company worked together and said, okay, yeah, you can borrow this, but we'd like this in our next game, and they all agreed with each other, I reckon you could make some pretty damn good games. I really reckon that would be the actual option. Now, that was very, very brief, but that was dead on the money. That is item number 4 that I would love to see, is just the score streaks and the Easter eggs, you know, them taking a couple of pages out of everybody else's playbooks. Now, Item number 5. This is not the last thing. This is the last thing I personally want to see. I want to see original maps. Now, in case you like, I'm not saying maps that haven't been done before. I'm not meaning that kind of original map. I'm meaning like the first zombies that came out, where there wasn't any bosses and there wasn't any challenges that you get penalized if you miss and rewarded if you succeed. I don't want to see any of that. I just want me, a gun, and some zombies. Like I said before, when I got into a massive rage about people from multiplayer coming over because of the ranking systems, to me it's just about shooting zombies, you know, having a good time with a mate or two. I don't like running away from bosses until I figure out how to kill them and then just massacring them every time because I've figured out their playbooks. I just want zombies, 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 and then you get to round 5, 6 or 7 and you have a dog round. Then you go back to zombies, 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 and then you get to round 10, 11 or 12 and you have a dog round, and so on, so on. I want good old days like Kino. Like, that is my kind of thing right there, is Kino. That is bomb map, and I just love it. I said I love Origins, but I do not like the boss in Origins. He's easy to kill, I get it, you need him for a staff part, you need him for the Easter egg, but that's not my thing. Normally I will literally take the boss to someone else if I don't have a good gun. I won't even try and kill him, or I'll just go straight in with a Mark II or a Scar H and just waste him and say he's pathetic and weak and wah 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 and all the rest of it. But I just honestly want nice, plain, simple zombies. I don't want these fire maps that they had. I don't think they're going to do that again, because I think they realised that was a pretty stupid decision. You know, I understand they're trying to do something new, but let's face it, they failed. They never released another fire map after the standard maps came out. When the DLC started coming out, they changed it really damn quickly. They left that idea completely in the dust. They knew it was crap, so they walked away from it, which I give them credit for. They did do that, but I don't want to ever see it again. Honestly, I don't play the original maps. I play Town occasionally, but I never play Transit, I never play Farm, I never play Bus Depot, any of it, because it's got the lava and it's just annoying. Now, just in case you're wondering what I'm doing there, I've got an itch and I just need to sort it out. And to be honest, I'm starting to get a little bit bored, and it's going to cost me because I'm going to stop focusing and I'm going to go down. And this is where it starts to show that, you know, the late rounds do tend to take their tolls. But I just get up, carry on, and best thing is I only lose the quick revive. The only problem with that, of course, is there's a limited number of them, which is an absolute pain in the neck. I don't see why they don't have unlimited quick revives, because face it, sooner or later you're gonna go down before you get to quick revive again, unless you literally just sit there and just drink it and drink it and drink it and drink it. But let's face it, you're not going to get anywhere if you do that anyway, so it's not going to happen. It's not a valid strategy. Now, I'm just going to rush these guns up. If I didn't rush them up, like if I only ranked them up once per level, I would have lasted longer, honestly, because I was running out of ammo when I died because I was on Mark 20, but I'm rushing them up so I can get the trophy before I die, because I know once that first death happens, it starts to go downhill. I'm not silly, I know what it means. And anyway, I just want to see plain zombies, you know, I don't want bosses. They can do builds, they can do Easter eggs, but bosses, you know, if they should have a mode where on every map you can decide whether you want a boss or whether you just want zombies and dogs and zombies and dogs and zombies and dogs. And that's it. They should do that. They should completely do that. If you want to do the Easter egg, you have to have the boss. If you don't want to do the Easter egg, you can just play it normally. That would be fine. There'd be nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. So that's my top 5. But there is an honourable mention, and I'm just going to bring it up because I've got plenty of time in between now and me dying. I've got about 17 minutes to fill in, so I'm just going to do my usual thing and just jabber on. And the honourable mention is a map creator. Now, I know there is a PC map creator, and they're gonna say, oh, but PS4 can't handle a map creator. You know, that's fine. But if Far Cry 4 can have an in-game map editor, so can this. I mean, here we go again, down again, I suspect. No, I barely make it out of that one. But if Far Cry 4 can have a map editor, so can this. And even if they didn't, you could download a PC program that would, you have to pay for it, and it goes to Treyarch, and you have to pay per map you make or something, so that they still make their money and they're still happy and blah blah blah. But what you do is you go on your PC, you make your map, pretty much you get all these different presets, which are either open maps or buildings or all that kind of stuff. You get spawn locations where you just, you know, you either make a barrier or you make a hole in the ground, or you make them come out of the middle of nowhere and jump over a fence. You have those. Then you have your perk machines. Then you have your minimum of 3 box locations, so that the box is always moving and you don't just have one box, because that's just too easy. You even have the choice of a wonder weapon. There could be all the old ones, there could be some new ones. That'd be great, you know. You can pick from your wallgun range. You have to pick certain ones in certain categories, just so that you don't pick bloody assault rifles and all the good stuff straight away. And they have all the guns from all the different games, like all they have Black Ops, they have World at War, they have Black Ops 2, they have Black Ops 3, and that's it, because that's Treyarch. You could do that. They could totally do that and get away with it. That would be the best thing ever. I already know 2 maps I would want to make. I would want to make a school map, a proper school map. You know, like a full-scale high school, complete with corridors and rugby fields and all the rest of it. And I would make it so there is a box location in every single classroom, making it really hard to find the one box. And you would have wall guns in the corridors only. You'd have a big hall, you know, where all the pupils go and all the rest of it, and that would have a couple of guns, and there'd be a good training area in it. You could even run them in between the seats if you wanted to. That would be pretty cool. And the other map I want to see, and this is going to sound completely noobish, but face it, everybody's going to want to do this sooner or later. You have a massive ass long corridor, all your zombies spawn at one end, all your perks in the box are at the other end, and you just wreck them. That would be beast. And the corridor is really long, so you can just go down, get your perk, run up to near the spawn point for the zombies, and if you get in trouble you can just walk backwards for ages and ages and ages. Maybe there's a side door where you can run into if you need to train them, something like that. That'd be pretty cool, you know. There's just all those kind of things that they could consider doing. That was my honourable mention for another thing. I don't think they could do that, you know, I'm not as optimistic, but that would be absolutely awesome to see them come up with some kind of way of letting us make our own maps on console as well as on PC, because sometimes they make maps that we don't agree with. ... Transit. I'll just make it really obvious. Transit and Ascension. I liked Ascension, I just didn't like the perk stealing money. I mean, face it, you can't Sorry about that, I forgot to, you know, override the thing. But we're sweet now, and we're still going. So, we're at round 23, we're at the near end of it, so that's pretty good. Now, I could swear my SN6's fire rate has got way faster as I've been upgrading it, but I'm not sure. And this is actually the first time I've used the SN6 for this long. It's not the first time I've used the SAC 3, however. I do quite like them. They're very good for getting out of some pickles, like when you get a zombie that's a couple of meters in front of you. Now, I thought this was going to be an infected round, but I was mistaken. It was a dog round. It would have been a great strategy for an infected round, though, I've got to admit. So I'm just going to chuck down, yep, the nano swarms and let them do the rest of the work because I'm lazy. It's a good, dog rounds are a good way to get a breather, and that's why I like having them as well as zombie rounds, because if you just had zombie rounds, you would get pretty damn bored. Especially when you're running out of ammo all the time. But throwing the dogs in there to mix it up is always a good thing. I quite like it. But yeah, so that's my idea of stuff that they should do. Some people are saying, you know, they shouldn't have the exosuits. They should have them. Quite honestly, I really don't care which one it is. If they have the exosuits and we have them as well, that's fine. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to grab out the minigun. That's another reason why I went down later on, was because I didn't have my camouflage to get me out of a tight spot. But as long as we have the same kind of thing as the zombies do, we're good. Because imagine a zombies game where they have exosuits and you don't. They'd be jumping all over the place. They'd surround you so many times. You'd be screwed. It would be chaotic. It would be a train wreck. It would be kind of awesome. Kind of challenging, I'll put it that way. But I don't want that. I don't think anybody wants that. Zombies is all about just massacring them, to be honest. I was, as I was playing this, I realised I probably should have got a war gun instead of one of these two guns, just so that if I changed it out, I could go back to it at Mark 20 afterwards. Because I didn't think it through. I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on getting them to Mark 20, and hopefully I'll get past round 27, which of course I did. I did everything I wanted to do, but I could have made the game go on longer if I focused more and if I did indeed use a war gun. That way, once I got it up to Mark 20, I could have just kept on refilling it. I didn't quite like getting the max ammos because they kind of slowed me down getting the gun rank up, but still. Speaking of guns, another thing that would be nice in Black Ops 3, they've announced it for multiplayer, is that you can customize your guns. Now, for zombies, I'm not thinking, you know, put your stuff all over it. But what if it had you had a zombies emblem maker and it was on the back of your gun, the emblem, and they had, so it was your own personal weapon, and they had a whole heap of camos that you could choose from, so when you pack a punch you get a camo you want, because most of the camos in Black Ops 2 were rubbish. No offense to Mob of the Dead, but I don't really want a orange gun that looks like rust. I want a gun that looks like the ones in Origins when it's Pack-a-Punch. A nice, beautiful colour, like that turquoise, bluey kind of gun that was the Element 115 kind of thing. I absolutely love that. I bought the Afterlife pack for multiplayer because it looked like the Element 115 for Origins. The Element 115 for multiplayer was alright, but I wouldn't, buy it again. See, I went down there because I thought I had the care package and I didn't realise that they weren't all behind me. Such a pity. But oh well, you make mistakes like that all the time. Even it doesn't matter how good you are, you always make mistakes, and that's some of the things that even the pros will tell you. They'll just say you can't always get a perfect game. They can't always beat their record, because if they did, then it would just be a massive one-upsmanship contest. It's about being persistent, not about being the best one time. You know, like, if you're persistently good, you get a higher average round than somebody who only gets a good game once a month, but is always a higher round, and the rest of them are crap, and they just rage quit because they don't like it. You know, it's not as impressive to me. To me, having a good round every game is impressive. For example, the last game I played before this was around 27, so I'm currently on a 2 streak for having some pretty decent games. Hopefully I can stay in the 20s. To me, that's decent. I want to start getting in the 30s though, because I used to be really good at zombies, and this zombies game, there's a lot of breathing room, seeing how you got an exosuit. The only problem is the EMZs, as they're getting called, the EMZ zombies. Anyway, with those camos that you get when you pack a punch, there comes another thought. Last Treyarch year, I should say, which was Black Ops 2, they did a change your scope at Pack-a-Punch deal. You know, put the 2,000 points in, have another crack at getting the scope you want. It was alright. But what if they did something different? To buy a Pack-a-Punch gun's ammo off the wall cost $5,000. No, it cost 2,500. No, wait, I have no idea how much it costs. It's been such a long time. 4,500. Yeah, that sounds right. 4,500. It costs 5,000 to pack a punch, and it costs 4,500 to buy ammo for it. Now, what if they did next year? They did. You get your pack a punch gun. Costs $5,000 to pack a punch. Costs 2,500 to buy ammo, right? You're probably thinking, now why would they do that? That doesn't work. You'd pack a punch your gun and you'd just stick with it and keep buying ammo. You wouldn't change guns to better guns. But what if there was a second pack a punch? What if there was? And it cost something crazy, like 50,000 points to pack a punch it, and 25,000 to refill the ammo. Now, quite like this camo, the Mark 18 camo, the beautiful white. I like that a lot. That's pretty good. I don't think I pack a punch again until I have all the points. This is round 27, so this is as far as I got on carrier. We got 3-5 minutes into the rounds, and then we all died. So it's pretty hectic. I almost died there. I was crapping my pants. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to die again. Please, no, die. Yep. So that's, that was the last revive. That's when I knew the gig was up. I knew I had to go one more round to break my record. Didn't bother me too much because I'd had a good game and I'd set a new score for this map. My previous score was 25, so I was happy at this point because all I had left that I wanted to do. See, I realise it's down there. All I had left to do was upgrade to the Mark 20. So now I would put my focus solely on staying alive, and that's it. So if we had a second pack-a-punch, and I reckon instead of having either your custom camo and your emblem, like I suggest, or the traditional whatever the hell they decide to put on it camo, what if we had a gold? We had a gold or a diamond or something. No. You have a gold if you're, an average player, but if you're at the top of the zombies list, like in the top, I don't know how many zombie players there's going to be. I'm going to say there's going to be hundreds of thousands of them. So let's say you're in the top 10,000 zombie players, you get diamond. or you get something like that, something better than gold, which would definitely be diamond, or you get the royalty or whatever it is that they're playing with at the moment for the #1 camo, probably diamond again. You get that instead, and that says I'm a good player, full stop. And instead of having your emblem at the back, you have it engraved on a gold plate or something. You know, that would be pretty sick. See, here I get 1 at 20, and all weapons are at max level, and there's the trophy. I don't think you can see it in the recording though, I'm not sure, but I've got 2 trophies so far this game. I've got the one for jumping on a certain amount of enemies with an Exo and killing them at the same time, so that's pretty sick. Pretty sick game. We're coming up to the end of it. We got about 1 minute and 19 seconds left, so you know what that means. It means it's time to say, if you like what I said, you know, what I do, gaming, you know, gameplays, whatever, feel free to subscribe, feel free to hit the like button, feel free to follow me on Facebook, because that's where I've got all my exclusives, including my Twitch, which is where I really get to interact with you guys as I'm gaming. I don't have any of this delay garbage that I'm trying to work out. I can't work out how to fix it, so that's kind of unfortunate, but I will. Yeah, like, subscribe. Feel free to put something you want to see in the comments. You know, don't be afraid. If I disagree with it, I won't, you know, bite your head off about it. I'll say, okay, why do you think that's good? That's what I will say. Why do you think that is good? It'll be a question mark. It won't be any attitude or anything. It'll be me asking you to explain it so I can have an understanding of it, because you never know. You might think something that I don't, and it might change my mind, and that's where I go down right there. So it's been fun. I will catch you next time. It is CM, and I will see you hopefully at the